yourself won't really work. That's good.
Well, I finished up on the 29th. We're leaving and driving to Canaveral, Daytona, yeah. And that's where we're going to catch the cruise boat.
Nice. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, I hope so.
When was the last time you drove to Florida? Not a hard drive.
A couple years ago. No. I drove from here to London, Connecticut, straight through. And that was like 13 hours, 14 hours.
So I can do it. I'm a road warrior. I don't mind.
Hold it up. I have it.
You don't alarm anybody.
Look what I got.
It's coming.
If I could, I'd like to call this regularly scheduled meeting of the Kill Devil Hills Board of Commissioners to order. If you would, please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So great to see so many smiling faces here. Thanks for coming out. As we usually do at the beginning of the meeting, I would like to ask you to join me for a short moment of silence. Thank you so much. All right, we have an agenda. Thoughts?
Mayor, I would move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We have an agenda. First item on our agenda is public comment. For those who might not be familiar, we do this twice at each of our meetings, here at the beginning and once again at the end. Any topic you'd like to speak on, if you'd like to come to the podium, we just ask that you tell us your name, where you live, and keep things to 3 minutes or 5 minutes if you're representing a group. I do have someone signed up. Oh, it's Courtney Gallup. Leah, there you are, League of Women Voters. Uh-oh, something important happening.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Courtney Gallup. I am a property owner in the town of Kill Devil Hills. I'm also a proud member of the Dare County League of Women Voters. For those of you that don't know, the League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization that encourages the informed and active participation of citizens in government. We influence public policy through education and advocacy. I'm very pleased to present to you, the board and the public and the town of Kill Devil Hills, our 2023 Citizens Guide, also called Your Guide to Community Services. The Dare County League of Women Voters every year publishes this guide. This year we published almost 7,000 copies. And the League of Women Voters members like me, and I'm also sitting on the board currently, we make sure that this book is distributed from Duck to Hatteras, including Roanoke Island and mainland Dare. You will find them now in libraries, post offices, the Baum and Pheasanton centers, as well as all town and county offices. What does this book do? Well, it contains very local, very important contact information for local, state, and national government agencies. It includes voting information, emergency numbers, and a whole bunch more. It has local nonprofits, educational organizations, health and human services organizations, pet and animal contacts. It really is the insider and the local guide to our community. I have brought copies for every member of the board, which I will give to the town clerk, and encourage you to put them around the county buildings and the public offices so that people can grab them. They're meant to be taken. They're great by a phone or in your purse, and it really is the inside scoop. We do want to remind everyone tonight that membership in the League of Women Voters is open to anyone and everyone of voting age, male or female. Students 16 and older may join free, and new members are always welcome. We thank you so much for your support and remind you that contributing individuals and businesses and towns are on the back. And I believe Kill Devil Hills has contributed to this. So we also want to thank you tonight for your continued support. It's a wonderful endeavor and a very valuable use of public funds. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Courtney signed up, but you don't have to sign up. So if anybody has anything else they'd like to speak about, now is your chance. But if you got cold feet, we'll give you another opportunity at the end of the meeting. Seeing no one scurrying over there, we will close public comment. Any response to public comment? Probably not. All right, we'll jump right into it. We've got exciting news about Trash Attack. Is it? Oh, there you are. I was like, where are you hiding?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sandy Markland. I reside at 2013 Hampton Street, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the chair for the 2023 Trash Attack. I'd like to introduce and thank a few people before we recognize our young artists. Hopefully everyone saw the trucks outside with the 2 top winners on them. That's why those trash trucks are there, and they are definitely a thing of beauty. I would like to introduce to you Chris Merrick, my co-chair, my partner in crime. I would like to thank town staff that were instrumental throughout the process, our town clerk, Michael Odell, Parker Midget, and Jennifer Stetcher. Couldn't have done it without them. And on the day of the event, we had tremendous assistance from those people, as well as our town manager, Debbie Diaz, our assistant town manager, Charlene Allen. I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was looking at my
Now I forgot where I was. And our public service division, Stephen Albright and Lynn Earl Lindsay. We could not have done any of this without those people. And thanks to the mayor and Commissioner Windley and Commissioner Ingram for showing up and picking up more than their share of trash. This year we had 150 volunteers, which is almost twice last year's number and more than we have ever had. They collected 18 cubic yards of trash, which is a lot. Now, part of Trash Attack, which was just brought back this year after its COVID hiatus, is our poster contest. And the posters that you see up here are the 2 first place winners, the 2nd place winner, and the 3rd place winner. These are all Dare County school children. And I would like for them, when I call their names, please walk up front and stand in front of your poster. Alice Fern. Dylan Wood. Benjamin Travis. And Ruby Merritt. And Chris. They did a wonderful job. We had a really difficult time judging this particular poster contest, which is why we wound up with 2 first place winners. And those are Alice and Dylan. And these are the 2 posters that you saw on the trucks outside. Benjamin was our youngest entry. And Benjamin, slide over a little bit so they can see your poster, because we are so proud of you. And Ruby submitted our very first digital entry. And we were so impressed by this that next year we're going to have a separate digital category. So thank you, Ruby. And what I'm going to give to you are are your gift certificates, and if there isn't one in here, then there's a note telling you that it's coming soon. Sometimes grown-up businesses are really hard to get. Okay, and you're also going to get a certificate. It's official, and this is really cool. I don't even have one of these. You're gonna get this bag,
Oh. Cool.
okay? So let's see who we got here. All right, Alice, you take that. Okay, Alice, hold it. You're gonna hold this up for a picture at the end, okay? So hold on to that.
So interesting.
Benjamin,
That is not.
you're shy, aren't you, Alice? Benjamin, that's your gift certificate and your bag, okay? Don't hide your certificate. Miss Ruby. And Dylan. All right, so we're gonna get a picture. What do you want us to do? Or what I think 2020. Oh,
Come
okay.
around and stand with them. Come on.
Yes, you
Really?
do. Absolutely do. We need a picture of you.
You guys want to be in the middle? You didn't know? Surprise, surprise. You good?
Thank you so much. You're done. You don't have to stand up here and just stare at me anymore.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know the man.
Super.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I studied art in college. I loved drawing as a kid, and I love a poster contest. I'm just jealous that I don't get to enter. But I'm really jealous of you guys get to have it on the trash truck. That's so fantastic. So congratulations. Thanks for the hard work. And thanks to all the volunteers that came out and for the staff that supported. What a great event. Better than ever coming out of a tough time. And we got to get people to stop smoking and throwing things out the window. Make that job a little easier. Thank you so much. And Sandy, appreciate you running the show. And
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
sir.
you.
too. Yeah,
It was
thank you
a
so
That was
much.
wonderful.
All right. And somebody got to meet the mayor.
There you go.
All right, the next item on our agenda is the NC Insurance Commissioner and State Fire Marshal are going to tell us a little bit about an inspection, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. I'm Mike Causey, resident of Guilford County. My office is in Raleigh. We got here as quick as we could. In my prior job, before I was elected in 2016, I was a head of trash pickup for DOT. I was the Adopt a Highway coordinator for all 100 counties. So I really appreciate what you all are doing. I'm going to call up Tony Bailey and Brent Heath. You're right behind me, all right. It is my honor to be with you tonight. I'm sorry that most of our firefighters had to take off for a call, but you all have earned, the Kill Devil Hills Fire Department has earned the best of the best class rating. You've gone all the way to the top to a class 1. So give yourselves a hand. Just to put that in context, there's over 1,200 fire departments in this state, and you are now only one of 28 in the whole state.
Wow.
Wow.
So
So,
it really is the same.
Tony, if you would come up and tell them a little before we present. Tony Bailey.
Well, as the commissioner said, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. I was actually here back in January to conduct a survey on the fire department. And just to give you a little bit of background on the system, we look at a couple of different areas. One is the fire department itself, training, apparatus, the way the fire department's equipped. We look at the water supply for the town, how much water is available for fire. We look at the county communication system to see how well they're processing calls and doing their job. And we also look at another very important component, which is community risk for the community. So when we look at the whole system itself, there's 105.5 points available in this process. If you're a perfect department, you get 105.5. I think y'all score come out to be 90.14. You did edge in, but you're a class 1. These ratings occur every 5 years. We're on a cycle inspection of every 5 years across the state with the 1,200 plus fire departments Commissioner Causey talked about. But Kill Devil Hills, they did a very good job, in looking at their paperwork, their documentation, very, very well done. Specifically community risk. John, I'll pick on you a minute. I'll pick on both Johns for a second. John Gates and John Rizzoldi and myself attended the UNC Charlotte Fire and Rescue Management Institute back in 2008 together. So I got a little bit of history with these two guys. But again, John's kind of the fire marshal here. He put a lot of effort into the community risk section. That covers inspections, fire investigations, fire prevention, a lot of things there. And everybody in the fire department had a hand in it, from running the calls, all the training that the fire department does over the course of a year. It's really, you really don't know how much training they do till you really look at the paperwork and how many hours. I mean, these guys had probably a lot of them in excess of 300 hours of training for the year. So, when you look at that, that's a lot of dedication to your community, to the fire department, to the town. And, we see it all over the state. We have some great fire departments, but as Commissioner Causey said, when you're 1 out of 28 in the state, you're in some very rare company. And it is my honor to be able to come and do the inspection and be here. And again, we're just excited for him to be able to do this presentation tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, if you all will come up, anybody that's left from the firefighters on the call. Now, this is official July 1st, but your bragging rights start today. So it's an honor for us to present you with the North Carolina Department of Insurance Office of State Fire Marshal Certificate of Fire District Rating Class 1. So congratulations. That's what they told us.
I am.
Hey, I'm used to doing what I'm told. I'll get in here, right? Y'all knows all this and all this.
Very nice. You also get one with the board as well.
Put you guys in there.
Mayor didn't skip on us.
He's here.
Where we looking?
Look at me and pretend like you're looking.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
All that inspections in your business, pay
job.
That's right. Congratulations. Great job.
I can't wait to talk trash to the other town. Go past 2 or 3.
I'm assistant planning director, Cameron Ray. Nice to meet you. I work with all of our inspectors. No, man. He keeps close proximity. Nice to meet you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you as well. Take care.
See.
Exciting.
Good job.
Fire department, front page.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We'll have to put a big red bow on that new building when it gets to.
Mayor, if I could though,
Yes.
I do want to thank Commissioner Causey for coming again, Kidderwood Hills, to recognize our department. I want to thank you and our Board of Commissioners, Town Manager, Assistant Town Manager, for their support, leadership, because we couldn't do it without y'all. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize Deputy Chief Rupke for his hard work preparing for this evaluation, making sure all our boxes were checked, training was done, and everything was ready. Fire Marshal Rizaldi, community risk reduction, fire prevention, working to prevent an incident before it occurs, says a lot about our organization. Ms. Pam, for her hard work, making sure I's are dotted, T's are crossed, making sure our documentation is spot on, which is so important to the success of an organization. And the men and women of the Kill Devil Hills Fire Department that are responding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even during commissioner meetings when they were supposed to be here. They are here taking care of the emergency response needs of our community and are such dedicated people. Fortunate to be on such a great team. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, that it's hard to know what to say. 28 out of the whole state. That's an amazing
Very
an
impressive.
amazing accomplishment, and we are super proud of everybody on the team.
Well, you know, you've heard me say it a couple of times, and now it's proof they are the best it's ever been.
Best they've ever been. That's right.
Mayor, you have a lot to brag about at the next mayoral luncheon you go to as well. You can
That's
remind
right.
all of them who class one is.
That's right.
That is right.
Be great. His mother would say.
That's right. Right.
Humble, humble. And humble, yeah.
Yeah, it's a team effort, and like everyone said, it's all about the details, and you can be all about the details all the time. It's great to be in the top 10%, to be in the top 1/2 of 1%. Super impressed, amazed. I
Good
feel very
job,
safe.
Chief.
Feel very safe right now.
Good job.
Thanks again so much. I really run out of superlatives to say. Thank you so much. Let's see. Is there any ongoing business that I do not know about? All right, then we will jump right into new business. Couldn't have better timing than to talk about our new facility. This is, yeah, that's right. We like it so much, we bought you a gift. So we are talking about the new emergency services facility that we are getting ready to put together with the county down there for Fire Station 14. This has been beautifully prepared plan. It's been through the planning department and has gotten their unanimous recommendation. But we come before you to let everybody take a look at all the details and make sure that you know what's happening. And if you have any questions, this is one more opportunity to ask. It's a beautiful facility. Really like the mock-ups going around social media the last couple weeks. It was my most popular post, so you're making me look good again. So good deal. Any questions for?
I just want to say I appreciate the fire chief taking out the time to talk with me the other day on a couple of questions I had, and thank you very much. I'm good. Good plan.
It's a good looking plan, and well researched, and like I said, being ready for all the inspections is part of it, and being ready for all of the details in this very complicated plan to make sure that we're using the taxpayers' money in the very best way. And we're, as we mentioned in the last meeting, we're really fortunate to have this partnership with the county. Saved a lot of taxpayer dollars and made it very efficient. We're getting a great deal on the financing and a great deal on the synergy and the cost savings of doing it together. So
Yeah, I'll echo Commissioner Gray's sentiment. I called the chief on Monday with questions of my own and very helpful. So thank you, sir. Made me feel even better about this facility.
some nostalgia going around about the facility that we've known and loved for so many years. So it will have a new life as well. Let's see here. I remember, do we need to take a vote on this?
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
Yeah.
So we're looking
Mayor,
forward.
I would make a motion that we approve site plan review for 1630 North Crowtown Highway Emergency Services Facility, Kill Devil Hills Fire Station 14, Dare County EMS Station 1, attached as new business item 1. Does that cover you?
That covers it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'll let you see if you get a second.
We do have a motion on the floor.
Second that motion.
We've got a motion and a second.
And I was a little remiss. I wanted to thank Charlene. I called her and talked. She had some different answers than the chief did, and that worked out well too.
Okay,
So,
different again.
Thank you, Charlene.
We'll take it.
Different questions.
Different
There
questions.
were different questions.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Different answer to the same
Yes,
question.
ma'am. They were
That was going to be on the
Very
front page of the
very
newspaper
helpful.
if you didn't clarify it, right?
very helpful.
Very helpful. The finance side, I'm sure.
It was.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
We're the next step on our way. Next up on the agenda are committee reports. Down here.
Yes, I'd like to invite Sue Kelly to catch us up on what the CAC's got going on.
Super.
It's a very exciting meeting. I'm Sue Kelly, 211 Sea Village Lane, speaking on behalf of the Community Appearance Commission. We've covered Trash Attack in such a marvelous way that all I want to add is that Sandy Markland and Chris Merrick have one meeting to organize Trash Attack each year. And that to me is amazing, but they do such a good job. And thanks to all the people that turned out, to those of you that turned out, and especially to our town staff. We couldn't do it without the staff. And we appreciate everybody who was there so much. We are in the process of starting every 2 years. We give appearance awards to our local businesses, and sometimes churches are included as well. So we have a top award for the most attractive business, and we have some good criteria. We look at things like their trash collection and their parking lots, lots of different things on the outside of the buildings. So we have the best appearance of a standalone business or church. We have most improved from previous award years. And then we have an award that we give to a business that's in a strip mall. It's an individual business in the strip mall. So that's what our committee is going to be concentrating on for our next meetings. So if any of you have any ideas, I believe our members are open to suggestions and ideas about this. We hope to generate some interest. And I know we do it every 2 years. And like Trash Attack, it was brought back from years ago when the town used to do it. And we're happy to do it. So any of you have any ideas, please let me or any member of the Community Appearance Commission know about it. We are also still working on this idea of our whole purpose is to make this town as beautiful as possible. So we are constantly trying to think of things we can do. And it's difficult. It's different to figure out what we can do. We think a lot about landscaping, and that does become a big part of the award, actually. But around here, you have to be really careful because not everything will grow in this atmosphere. So you're really limited. particularly some of your prettier flowering type things don't do so well down here. But we are doing that. So people who have suggestions, we're open to that. We're open to any kind of dialogue with anybody who wants to talk to us about anything about our town. And the last thing I think I need to say is that we are now meeting on an every other month schedule. So our next meeting is in May 25th. We still meet at 8:30 in the mornings. It's usually the fourth Thursday in this room. And we welcome anybody who would like to join us at any time to talk about things. And I believe that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much for all you do. I feel like she needs a theme song when she comes up. Run ready, like community appearance. It's like a song. Any other committee reports?
Yes.
Yes, you've been
Yes.
to
Yes. Lots of meetings.
lots of
So I had
meetings.
2 meetings this morning for the Board of Tourism steering and budget. The fireworks grant was approved and we received everything that we asked for. So that's nice.
Yay.
And that's gone before the full board. That was a week ago. We're in budget season. And then also the tourism plan the long range plan is coming to a close. So we'll be getting the full report on that in a month, which will be very interesting. I'm really excited to hear what comes of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That's it.
Good teamwork
job.
on that project. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the company that's doing it is great. And there's some money in the budget for next year to see the plan through. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Pretty work.
Yeah. The interesting graphs in those reports lately. Been a crazy few years.
Yeah.
All right. Any other committee reports down here?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Michael Odell for putting together our grant program for the GEACC, and we got approval to get our new lighting for the boardroom. So we'll be able to get rid of the can lights and have some pretty fancy lights up there. So it'll illuminate everything a lot better and make us look a lot better. Or maybe some of us.
That's a tough job. That's a tough job right there. Some magic lights.
Yeah. But that was approved at our last meeting.
That's super.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. Next item is Commissioner's Agenda. I think we'll start on this one this time.
I want to apologize for not being able to make it to Trash Attack. I had a friend of mine that his wife passed away, and I had to attend the funeral because I would have loved to have been there. It looked like he had a great crowd, and thank y'all for being there.
Our condolences.
Thank you.
You're good? Commissioner?
Just thank you to everyone who helped with Trash Attack. It was amazing. It was a good turnout. Good to see kids out there. I mean, the number of kids, I know a lot of them are doing service hours, but you guys, those kids were like, no, we have to pick up trash until 12. I mean, they were like
On a mission.
I was like,
That's right.
wow, it's impressive for 17-year-old boys to be so focused on. So it's just cool to see. It was very, very cool.
Yeah, I'll add in on the Trash Attack Assess. It was really cool. The baseball team,
Yeah.
the Dare County Women's Club, and Food Line had an organized team out there. So it's different groups all put
Mhm.
folks together to really make the day special. And it's cool that message can get to different parts of our community and draw people in. A couple quick things. I had the pleasure of attending the Saving Lives Task Force Faith Summit back on March 28th. Very, very well attended. And there are services for the, I guess, the addiction community that I didn't even know existed. More things in the pipeline. So it was a very powerful meeting, very inspirational. And, it's really great to see all the work the Saving Lives Task Force is doing in Dare County. And quick reminder, and no one is happier to share this with myself. The next CRAC meeting is the afternoon of April 25th here in Dare County, not very far away, which I would have to travel to. The CRC meeting is the morning of the 26th, which I believe is the same day as our next meeting. So it's nice to have some home field advantage for those meetings this time, and that's all I got.
All right, super. I guess we've run out of commissioners, so we get to the mayor's agenda. Yeah, start off saying I do love Trash Attack. I have missed a few in the past because I was traveling, so I was glad to be in town for it. And I actually ended up cleaning up trash with an old friend I hadn't seen in many years, so we got to catch up, and we were proud of how big our bag was, all cigarette butts. I know a lot less people smoke than they used to, but you wouldn't know it on the side of the road, that's for sure. So I'd like to give those guys a bunch of public shaming about their cigarette butts. Let's see, I've got a couple items for you. You may have seen on social media today or somewhere else around town that we are working on a survey. We like to get the public's help. There's a QR code here. You'll find it online as well, or just hit the link in any of the posts about it. We're gathering information about a transition plan with Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. So this will look at the challenges with accessibility that we have in the town and look at ways that we can improve access in our buildings, sidewalks, and streets. And so a big part of that is letting the public know what we might have missed. We've gone over it, but we don't want to leave any stone unturned. So let us know and share that with your friends. I also want to mention that we have a public forum coming up. When we do that next on April 26th at our next meeting. This will be the first of two we hold each year, one in the spring and one in the fall. It's much more informal, gives everybody a chance to speak freely, questions, concerns, go back and forth. And we hope a lot of folks will come out and join us for that. Hope the media is listening and gets it out there widely. Last item is bulk item collection, is going on very shortly. We asked that we're going to start collecting on the 17th. So you can start putting things out there, but make sure that you've got everything out there by Sunday, the 16th, because you start on the 17th. If they miss you, they miss you. You don't have to wait till the fall. So bulk trash, there's lots of great opportunities to clean out your garage, which everybody loves to do in the spring. But do remember to check online for the piles that you need to separate it out, make it easy on the folks that are going to come around and pick things up. We'll try to make quick work of that. I think that's all I've got. So we'll move on to the. Nope, I'm sorry. Proclamation. Oh, you're right. I knew I forgot something. It was underneath here. Oh, there we go. There it is. See, too many piles of paper. We have two proclamations and resolutions. The first is declaring that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. It's a tough topic to talk about, but that's why it's important to bring awareness to it. So we know that children are the most important asset we have as a community, and they're near and dear to us. And so putting a light on this is super important. So we've got a resolution here for that. And the other is declaring April 22nd Earth Day. We've heard of it. It's been around for a while, but everything about our community is about our environment. We have a fragile ecosystem. We're living in harmony with nature here as best we can. And all we do, we think about that. And so Earth Day is another time to remind us of how important it is to stay vigilant, active, and look at ways that we can coexist with the world better than we have. And there's always room for improvement. So I hope that you'll support me as I recommend approval of these two. And so that's my motion to adopt them.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Thank you for the support. Motion carries. Thank you for the reminder there. Sometimes too many pieces of paper in front of me. I'm not getting in my own way again. So next item is the town manager's agenda.
I don't have anything in your packet, but I would like to introduce to you tonight. I sent you an email this afternoon that Angel Dowdy will be our new finance director effective May 1 when Beverly Kissinger, who's done an outstanding job as our finance director, retires. Just wanted to Very fortunate.
That's great. Congratulations both for the promotion and the next chapter. That's right. Both of them. Both are good news and exciting.
That's all, Mayor.
All right. Town attorney's agenda.
Mayor, I have nothing. Thank you.
We like it when that's the case.
Me too.
That's right. Consent agenda.
Yes, sir. First item is the minutes from March 13th, 2023, the February 2023 monthly report. We have 4 budget amendments. One is to appropriate local programming development initiative grant from the Government Education Access Channels. This is what Commissioner Gray alluded to earlier. Second is for the lease proceeds for this fiscal year. Number 3 is to appropriate funds to pay the interest associated with the renewal of the 2021B FEMA special obligation bond. And lastly, to appropriate funds to cover departmental budget variances from recommended financing of the fiscal year 22-23 vehicle and equipment purchases. Approval of the consent agenda will authorize the budget amendments, and it will also approve the accompanying finance resolutions. Number 4 is to schedule public hearings. 2 proposed amendments to the town code, which were a result of the joint work session between the board and the planning board. The discussion was to come up with options to promote long-term housing in the community while eliminating the existing housing issue. The planning board recommended these 2 amendments to be forwarded to the board favorable consideration. The first one is light industrial 2 zones and light industrial 1 zone, modify mixed uses, setback requirements. This will protect single-family dwellings from a higher intense land use. And second is accessory dwelling units. This will allow for accessory dwelling units in the high-density residential and low-density residential zone, but will only permit them if they're used for long-term occupancy. Staff would recommend scheduling public hearing for these 2 proposed amendments for Wednesday, April the 26th at 6 p.m. and approval of the consent agenda will schedule these 2 hearings, and staff recommends approval of the consent agenda is presented. Motion would be in order.
So moved.
I'll second.
Got a motion in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's enthusiasm. Any other discussion on the consent agenda? Looking forward to those hearings. Then all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you.
This brings us to our second public comment period. The crowd has thinned somewhat, but the enthusiasm may have grown. This is your opportunity to let us know anything you'd like to. Oh, Courtney would like to go back? Up there, if you wouldn't mind, just because there's a mic, try to record everything. And thank you again for our guides.
Thank you, Mayor. Courtney Gallup, for the record. In preparing to be here tonight, I was very fortunate to get Mike Odell on the phone and left a voicemail, and literally within 10 minutes, my call was returned. And he was very explanatory and very clear and very educational about this process. And I haven't been in here a while, so y'all are doing something right. But it was very enlightening and very encouraging to me to find out about the public hearing process. I want to commend you all for that. I told Mike that you all are making every possible effort to be open and let the sun shine in and let the public participate in this process. So I want to commend you on that. I think you're the only town that may do the public forums. So I am feeling very encouraged about that. And I do want to recognize Mike Odell for his manner in dealing with a public question from a citizen. So way to go. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much. We are lucky to have him. Yes, sir, please.
Michael.
Duke Garrity Adibanks Homebuilders Association. I want to congratulate you and recommend. I was at the planning board meeting last month over these new ordinances, zoning changes for the accessory dwelling units, and everything is good. It was a pleasure going to that meeting when they said, what else can we do? Spoke the next day to Cameron. I said, I got a question over lot coverage. It was my mistake. I said, too many towns. Everybody's different. I couldn't get it. He corrected me. This is good. everything you're doing is good. We just keep moving forward. And if something's not working right, we can adjust a little bit. But I want to commend you. I hope next month you'll vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. One more call for any nervous folks in the back. All right, going once, going twice. Thank you all for speaking to public comment. Any response to public comment?
Other than it's not us, it's staff.
It's a team effort, and we got a great staff,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we're really fortunate up here, aren't we?
Yeah.
You can sign me up for the Michael Odell fan club too.
We'll get you a t-shirt.
Oh, well, maybe a tie. He's always so well dressed. But
Totally. You got all that, and then charming little artists up here meeting the mayor. You know,
Yeah.
life is good.
That was so neat. I didn't know we had a mayor.
I didn't know we had a mayor. It's a common refrain. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, great meeting, great compliments all around, warm fuzzies. Thanks again to the fire department and congratulations on all your hard work and the huge accomplishment. We hope you put it on the front page of anything that's still printed on newsprint and online, of course. I think that gets us to the bottom of this piece of paper.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
It's a pretty good motion. Do I hear a second?
second that.
Got a second down the other end. Hearing any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay. We are adjourned.
Thank you all.
Our